Hello everyone, welcome to Crypto Counselor. Thank you for tuning in everyone. Just wanted to say a big warm welcome and thank you first and foremost to the new subscribers who are actually supporters. Supporters, thank you to anyone out there that's actually joined this channel. It's really lovely. I'm going to always say that it is so lovely to have new people that are actually coming to my channel, because really, I'm making these videos so someone can actually watch it. Otherwise, there's just no point. So thank you very much. Every single one of you I really appreciate and I'm actually grateful for. So thank you for listening and tuning in. I hope some of the Bitcoin private videos actually got around. So I can't believe that I actually made 3 in a row. So this is my 4th. But I'm going to be talking about the other end of the scale. So the first 3 Bitcoin private videos that I actually made was really focused on supporting, actually. I was a promoter. I was actually promoting the whole Bitcoin private project like anything. I might as well have been an employee, because I was just providing, I was promoting the hell out of that coin, wasn't I? So this video is actually going to prove that I am not a promoter for them at all, because I am not going to be talking I'm not going to be talking sunshine. I'm not going to be, sunshine shines out of Bitcoin private's ass. Even though I said stay classy, Bitcoin private. So right now they're actually not classy. But anyway, before I begin, just as a quick disclaimer. So if anyone watching out there, thank you ladies and gentlemen for watching. Please note that this is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Do your own research and take your own advice, and I hope you can just listen in, and hopefully this video will just provide some kind of a bouncing ideas off the wall. So anyway, let's just start. So ZClassic. Now I don't really know where to begin, because so much annoying stuff has actually happened in the past 24 hours. Wow, it's just so annoying. And I was actually part of it. I was on the Telegram chat groups, the ZClassic chat group, Bitcoin private chat groups. And oh my God, there was message after message after message. There was swearing, there was F this, stuff that, admins aren't here, cursing. It was just going on and on. But you know what? The thing that actually made me annoyed the most was actually the truth that there weren't any admin people on the Bitcoin private Telegram chat groups. There weren't any, and I know this because I was actually one of them, and I was on there and I was looking at the comments and I was trying to find out what was going on and just getting some information and stuff. And I found that kind of like a mixture of things. Like the past 48 hours for me actually has also been a bit stressful, because I hold not a lot but just a few ZClassic, and I actually got that for a friend, and I was really probably put off is the best word. I was actually personally put off by the lack of just all round, and I'll get to that in a moment. They lack professionalism, they lack communication, they lack transparency. That there were just so many things lacking. And the thing is, Bitcoin private actually came from a lot of great foundation work, and I still believe that. I still stand by it. I still advocate for that side of things, because I personally do believe in this Bitcoin private project. I think it's actually great. However, it started off fantastic and it kind of built the momentum up to being fantastic, and then suddenly when all this fork stuff and snapshot times happening, everyone's gone. It's like the parents have kind of left the kids to play on their own in the kids department, and they're just running amok. And that's what was going on in the Telegram chat groups. People were running amok, doing their own thing, crashing into people and swearing and hurting themselves. And that's kind of like how it was in the chat groups. I was just thinking, oh geez. And now I'm getting actually stressed from reading these messages. So, the announcement 24 hours before the snapshot, which was, and I think it was like the snapshot was like 5 p.m. UTC time. And then I actually saw that 12 minutes later was when the snapshot happened. And then also things that happened on the Telegram chat groups, like people were actually selling their ZClassic 1 minute before the snapshot. So, and then people were spreading, FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt messages that the snapshot already happened. People started to sell that. Oh my God. It was like just a mess. The whole thing was a mess. So, you know, on that side, you know, I just want to acknowledge the people who actually have been under pressure and stress. Geez, I'm one of them. The people who were panicking, the people who actually lost hope. You know, there was just a lot of negative stuff going on, and this is actually not a good thing for Bitcoin Private in terms of what it's reflecting back on them as, you know, their own project. It's not good. It's actually not good at all. And if I was talking to them, I would be saying that. And, you know, no one's perfect in this cryptocurrency world. There are so many flaws. There's so many things that actually need to be put right. There's so many things that are missing. There's even information where a lot of people don't even know what's going on themselves. So, you know, that's what was going on the past 24 hours. I was, geez, I'm just tired. I'm actually still tired from the whole thing. You know, and then the Bittrex announcement just actually happened just pretty much 8 hours before the fork. There was going to be support for ZClassic holders, and then after that, you know, the ZClassic wallets got frozen. Geez, so they got frozen on Bittrex as well. And just a quick look at this. A quick look on Bittrex. If we just have a look, this was just leading up to the snapshot, which was 5 p.m. UTC time, and then it just boom. It just, look at this massive dump there, all the way to the bottom. And then there's nothing going on here. It's just doing, I don't know what the hell it's doing. Look at that. Look at this massive dump. I couldn't actually even get my personal ZClassic onto Bittrex. Wallets are frozen, everything's frozen. You can't get on there. For anyone that actually could, good for you. That's really fantastic. You know, this is free money. At the end of the day, people, ladies and gentlemen, this is free money. You are getting free money. Where do you get actually free money in the world? You don't. Like, you have to actually pay for glasses of water these days at cafes. I mean, come on. So yeah, wow, look at this. Not very good right now. It's $24. Oh no, and it's still kind of in the plummeting zone. So look, I think that this project, like on the point that I just want to keep talking about, which is something that Bitcoin Privates, they should work on. They should see this as an opportunity to actually work on their project, to make it actually better, to improve. And this is what is actually needed. I mean, you know, sure, they've got great technology behind them. They've got a lot of people backing this project, you know, 300 volunteers and 30 engineers, and it's translated into all these different languages. They've got a lot of good things. They've got a lot of, you know, things to actually tick off the list. You know, that's why I think this project in the long run is going to go well, and I still believe, I still stand by that. However, it's tainted now. It's got, people have been put off, people have panicked, some people don't want to know about it. You know, they still might be getting their free coins, but the people who have actually lost their ZClassic money, that actually bought into it and that actually didn't have Bitcoins, so they didn't get the free stuff, so they actually had to buy ZClassic first. You know, like it's just messy. And what I've actually noticed with cryptocurrency, and this is something that really should be taken on board, you know, there was no news from Bittrex what was going on. And there was, you know, a lot of questions out there. There were people twittering Bittrex and sending them emails and messages, and community people like, what the hell's going on? Is Bittrex, are you guys supporting the fork? Can you just let us know? And they're letting you know, everyone know 8 hours beforehand. And that's just, people can say, oh well, they're not allowed to give out information, and you know, it's you know, they're under contract and obligations and agreement. However, this is a huge, massive exchange. They can, if they actually want to, even 24 hours beforehand. That is not professional. If you go to any normal organization that is not cryptocurrency related, because you know, the crypto land is just, you know, it's left, right and center, it's just jumping off the walls, it's all over the place. But there is no such thing as getting information released 24 hours beforehand. I mean, geez, normally it's like weeks or months in advance. And Bittrex, you know, some people actually call Bittrex Shittrex, because there's just, you know, there's a lot of unprofessionalism, and I'm actually big on things being professional, because professional actually means that you follow protocols. You actually follow structure. You actually follow things that actually have to be done and have to be in place. And Bittrex, for such a huge organization that has so much money behind it, I mean, come on, they're cashed up. Bittrex is like, you know, cashed up. They're like choking on their money. They're drowning in their money. They can't actually do what is good for the community, and they can't let the community know within 24 hours, even 48 hours. It's 8 hours beforehand. I don't actually believe that there are reasons beyond that that is actually part of legalities. I personally don't believe that with everything that I've read with Bittrex and how they work and that sort of thing. So, you know, on both sides, you know, Bitcoin private, they might have their hands tied. However, there was not much interaction, and I actually found that in the Telegram group. So they were lacking communication, lacking customer service, lacking professionalism, lacking transparency, and lacking, you know, promotion, which is part of marketing, interaction, engagement, talking to the people. People actually need to know what's going on. Even if people don't really know everything that's going on, they kind of need, you know, like they need the parent there to kind of hold their hand. They need that mentor there. They actually need a sounding board, someone to talk to. You know, you're just talking to the air. People, you know, that's what happens. People end up talking to themselves and they end up going mad because there's actually no one there to actually bounce anything off. You know, it's like the echo kind of analogy. And that's what was actually wrong on both sides. You got Bittrex on this side not saying anything, announcing something 8 hours beforehand. Okay, that's great. Yeah, that's actually positive in the end. But what about right 8 hours beforehand when other people could have actually done something with their ZClassic? They could have actually transferred it to Bittrex. That's 8 hours. It doesn't give much time at all. I don't think that's right. It's not on. And then you got Bitcoin private with all the great things about them, their team, you know, the advisors, the technology. They got all these things happening, and they got 300 volunteers. I don't actually believe that with all these people, all these things going on, they couldn't actually get 1 or 2 admin to get onto the channel, the Telegram groups, what did I say? The Telegram groups, and actually communicate with them. And not just put on a bot. They actually put on this ZCL bot that just said, we can't talk about exchanges. But you know what? It didn't actually have to be about exchanges. It was just about giving more information. You know, they might be under legal requirements. They can't give out information about exchanges. Yep, okay, that's fair enough. But they could actually answer in other sides. So, you know, it's actually the little things that turn into the big things. And these were 2 little things. Bittrex on the right, or Bittrex on the left, Bittrex on the left and Bitcoin private on the right, and they could have done their due diligence. There you go. People say due diligence all the time. Bittrex could have done their due diligence. Bitcoin private could have done their due diligence. Both of them could have been more professional. Both of them could have communicated. You know, there's an example, B-Rhodium. Apparently they actually got a very, very good foundation for talking to people, interacting with people, engagement. You know, apparently they've got that down pat. So I'm actually going to say, I actually hope that one of you Bitcoin private team members or volunteers actually hear, well, maybe it'll be good if you actually hear this, but it's a positive thing if you can actually work on your communication with the community. And you know what? This is actually a fact. Not everyone is good at communicating. It's true. Not everyone is. They might be good at communicating with someone else who actually speaks for them, but they may not have a really, really great community, not so much community, communicative marketing engagement side of their volunteers. And then that they need that. They actually need that. And the admin actually has to be more involved. I've actually been to 1 or 2 other Telegram channels on, you know, like in the cryptocurrency world, and I have actually, I've interacted with some of them. So, you know, and they're management. They're like management on the Telegram groups, and it actually makes you feel valued. You actually feel like a valued crypto enthusiast, someone who's investing, someone who's looking, and you can actually ask the management direct questions. And that is actually what's needed. That shows, like, there's these buzzwords, you know, community. It's all about the community this, community that. Well, you know what? The community actually needs to be involved with the people in the crypto space. You can't kind of separate, oh, this is a community project, but you know what? Community project actually should match up with the community involving the people of the community, actually involving them. And that is something that I really noticed with, a couple of Telegram chat groups. The Bitcoin private chat group, past 48 hours, it was, oh my God, it gave me stress just being on it. And then when I went to one of my other Telegram chat groups, I was like, this is nice and relaxing. I can kind of breathe a bit now because we've actually got management on here. We've actually got one manager, then we've got another admin guy who's there, and it kind of fluctuates. And that is what was needed. That's what was needed, just someone there to, to actually say, right, yeah, someone was there, we could talk to someone. It wasn't just a bot, ZClassic bot. Okay, so I think from now, like, the snapshots happened. Hopefully people are calming down. I really hope that some people haven't actually lost their money. That's really important. I hope. However, on the positive side, I really believe that this project is good long term. I still believe that. I still stand by that. And I'm a really bad liar. I can only talk about things that I really believe in because then it actually comes out. And it kind of shows through. Bitcoin Private, I believe is a great project. Fantastic, the name's there, the privacy's there, the technology's there. The 2018 is the year for privacy coins. What better way to bring out a new coin? It's got the Bitcoin branding. So all those things are they're still ticking off the list. It's still early days. And apparently the fork's going to be happening on March the 2nd. However, the whole Bitcoin private claiming your coins isn't going to happen for another week after. So you've got up until like March the 8th or March the 9th. So there's been like one or two questions out there, and this is important because it's something that I think about too. What do you do now with your ZClassic tokens? That's such a very interesting question. And you know what? That question is so good because every single person is different. And I don't want to be saying to people what I think my personal opinion is because every single person's different. So I'm just going to be saying there could be a couple of options depending on actually what you want to do. So these are all hypothetical situations. It could be a hypothetical that perhaps ZClassic could be forking again in the future. We don't know. These are kind of unknowns. And even though it's actually been rumored, this was sort of more of a rumor as well that went around on YouTube, that it may not even fork and that's a joke, it actually might fork. Another situation that actually could happen, and this is what I've noticed with some cryptos after they come out, they might actually go through another dump. They might kind of go through another pump and dump a few more times, and then it just completely drops and just goes to nothing. And even though I wouldn't say Bitcoin Gold is a pump and dump project, but I actually did see it went up about 3 times. And then it just went down again. So it went up to like 350, then it went down, then it went up to 450, then it went down. And it did that a few times before it kind of balanced out, and then it just hovered around $100. So ZClassic, of course, is completely different. I mean, now we're looking at ZClassic and it's like, it keeps dropping. It's like $23. It's down 73%, but it could just keep dropping all the way up until $3. It could just be worth nothing. And for people out there who are on the conservative side, and look, even the volume, most of it's on Bittrex, but the volume is nowhere near what it was before the snapshot. It was in the couple million range. Now it's like 99,000. Cryptopia is the worst exchange. Look at that. It's like $13. So Bittrex is the highest. Look, there are probably 3 things I would say personally. I think that ZClassic could go through maybe one more pump or maybe 1 or 2 pumps later on down the track. It could happen actually sooner. It could go all the way up to $100. Personally, I think if it even hits $90 or $100 again, just sell it, because after all, you're going to be getting Bitcoin private. But it could go all the way, it could fast track and just go down to $3, and that could actually happen from now, because it has been continually going on the decline ever since the snapshot that was taken. And that's what people are doing, just buying, selling, and it just went all the way down. So they're the kind of scenarios that I think are actually out there. And It really depends on you. If you've got Bitcoin, then that's great. You've got your Bitcoin private, you don't have to worry. If you've got ZClassic, it's really up to you, because there's a few different ways you can go. You can sell now. And whichever way, the thing is, whichever way you actually go, you don't actually know which is going to be the best option, because really this whole Bitcoin private fork thing has been one big nightmare, really, for a lot of people. A nightmare and just confusion and panic and not knowing what's going on, and a lot of people being pissed off. So because everything has been so unpredictable, it could just continue to be unpredictable. You just might sell at $24 now and it's going to drop to all the way to $3 from now, because it could. But then again, ZClassic might just have maybe, it could go through one more pump or two more pumps, and then that's it. Then it'll just plummet all the way back to nothing. Because after all, Bitcoin private is kind of like the new ZClassic, and that's why this coin's losing a lot of value, I think. Or the other thing is you can just keep holding on to it. Like if you're not hugely concerned, you can just hold on to it, and who knows, in the future it could just go up once and then it could just flatline and just do nothing. So they're my thoughts, that's my opinion. It's really, the whole thing has been unpredictable. So whatever the choice that you're going to make, I'm going to say, don't actually feel bad that maybe you may not make the best possible outcome, because this whole forking business and the snapshot business has just been all over the shop the past 48 hours, and it's unpredictable, and no one, no one really knew what was going on, and some people are still trying to figure out if they're actually going to sell their ZClassic. But you know what? Considering speaking that it hasn't even dropped down to $3, I think that's actually pretty good. It's still $20. However, I just wanted to highlight just very quickly that I still think Bitcoin private has a really bright future. I think it actually does have a bright future with everything that I've been saying on my other 3 videos that I was ranting on about, and I really think that. And if there's something you can actually take with you, ZClassic. Once you got ZClassic, you got your free Bitcoin private. So when Bitcoin private comes out, that's like that first ZClassic bad adventure ends, and then like the positive adventure starts with Bitcoin private. And hopefully it's going to go up. It's going to go up to, I think, I'm just going to say, I'd love it to actually go up to, what Bitcoin gold actually went up to. Its highest actually hit like $460 US. It would be great if it hit $500 US. I mean, that would be fantastic. I believe it still can go up to $300, between $200 and $300. That's probably like the happy medium. But anyway, still think Bitcoin private project is good. I really think they need to work on their communication and their marketing and their transparency with people out there, because after all, people out there are actually buying into this project, hence the community. So yeah, so guys, they're options for ZClassic, and just watch the markets really closely, because it just seems to be, going down and down and down, ZClassic. So, but just remember, you've got your Bitcoin private. So I hope you held on to Bitcoin private. Thanks guys for watching this video. I really hope you guys are okay. I hope you've had some sleep through all this mayhem and annoyingness. If you haven't, get some sleep. Make yourself a nice cup of chamomile tea, something calming, something relaxing. I think we all deserve it. They should give out like more Bitcoin privates for all the people out there that have gone through all the stress. There should be Bitcoin private goodwill tokens. That'll be good for people. Yeah, let's do that. Let's promote a Bitcoin private goodwill token for the sufferers out there who've gone through the past 48 hours. Okay guys, thanks for tuning. Thank you for supporting my channel. Please like my channel. Please press the like button. And to the stars. See you next time.